right, we've got a coach's controlled scrimmage here for the River Lake Stars 10UB versus the Litchfield Dassel Cokato 10UB team. Looks like our starting lineup for the Stars: Peterson at center, that's Ava. And Goodall at left wing, Maddie Larson at right wing. We got Lizzie Fay at right D, and Hadley Sogi at left D. Coaches will be on ice. There's no time clock, no scorekeeping, nothing fun like that. Charlotte is concerned about penalties, but we'll see what happens. Face-off won by Ava Peterson. Moves it over to Goodall, who dumps it back towards center ice. Now Maddie Larson will chase that one into the zone. Move back out to the neutral zone by LBC. Lizzie Fay skates with it. Up the near side boards. Moves it forward to Goodall. Goodall brings it down into the zone. Goes behind the Litchfield net. Picked up there by Ava Peterson. She chips it back over to Goodall. Goodall, backhand centering attempt over to Larson. Puts one just wide of the net. The goalie plays it with her stick. And now LVC comes out with the puck. Up the near side boards. And pushed back down into the zone by Maddie Larson. Maddie will ring it around the far side boards. Lizzie keeps that in the zone. Fay across to Sogi. And LBC will take it. LBC steps off the wall with it. Maddie Larson takes it away. Skates towards the slot and loses the puck there. Now LBC with it, skating to the blue line. Fay on her knees keeps that one in. Now back to the LEC player. Sitting in a bunch of feet, pops wide for Goodall. Walks in, takes a shot on, saved by the goalie. Puck's behind the net now, picked up by an LBC player. She'll move it up the near side boards. Haley Wagner steps into that one, knocks the girl over, and chases the puck down on the far end wall. Centering attempt through everybody. It comes out to Kling. Kling's shot. Deflection there by Goodall. Puck goes wide of the net. Puck held in by Hadley. Banging it up around the boards. Now the puck will come down into the Star zone. Picked up by Kling. She'll skate it around the net and hit the brakes and come back this way. Kling loses the puck there in front of the net. Saved by Orth, and she'll cover. Wagner on the draw. LBC pulls it over to their wing. Get it out to their defense at the point. Now it's thrown in. Charlotte Peterson will collect in the corner. Moves it forward. Doesn't quite get it out of the zone. Looks like it bounced off the coach there. Now comes the middle. Charlotte takes it again. Gets it out into the neutral zone. Haley Wagner with some speed up the right side. And on that shot wide of the net. That's some push-ups, Haley. And a centering attempt. Haley can't get a full stick on it. Shoots again. Misses the net wide. Banks it off the back of the net. Now LBC will try to clear it. They turn. They fire. Haley gets a stick on it. She'll turn and throw it back into the slot. Now Linder with it in the corner. She rings it around the end wall. Swenson steps in. Puts pressure on. Holds it against the boards. Swenson still fighting for it there on the ground. Now LBC comes away with it. And they'll fire it out, and that's going to come out of the zone. Peterson back to collect. She'll play it forward. Offside. Leisure, Klebe, Hoffman out there for the Stars. Leisure wins the drawback, pulls it back to Sogi, chips it forward to Leisure. Now it's back to Fay. Fay's pass forward to Klebe at center ice. Clevey on the far side of the zone. Loses that puck there, but Leisure finds it, throws it on net. Hoffman can't get a shot off. Puck's in Leisure's feet. She finds, collects, fires wide of the net. Now the puck comes out. LBC takes it out into the neutral zone. Pressure put on there by Hoffman. Gets the Stars that puck back. Up to Clevey on the far side. She'll skate it into the zone. Fires a shot, and she scores. Josie Clevey with the goal. And again, coaches controlled scrimmage, so no score on the scoreboard. That is the first one for the Stars today. Face off, pulled back by Ava Peterson, and then everybody let it sit there. Stars collect it in their defensive zone, move it forward. Goodall finds it up the near side board. She'll throw it all the way down. And the goalie plays it, so no icing. Pass comes out. Maddie Larson takes a shot, hits the goalie with it. Puck along the near side corner. Maddie Larson skates onto it. Now the LBC gets it out of the zone. Peterson will chase down. Rides that girl to the boards. And she's getting an interference penalty. Face off, won by Ava Peterson. Pulled into the corner, played forward by Goodall. Now Ava steps in front of that pass, gets it on her stick, moves it forward, brings it out into the neutral zone. Coming in the near side. Fires a shot. And it sits on the goal line and she scores. Short-handed goal for Ava Peterson on that breakaway. And that's why you follow your rebounds. That puck was sitting on the goal line. She just tapped her in. Gosh, just about lost my camera over the edge here. LBC takes that puck along the far boards, turned back around by Ava Peterson. Ava's got it held up along the boards there. Lets Kling step in, bounces off the boards, collects it herself. She'll walk into the zone, the far side circle, fires a shot, scores! Another shorthanded goal there for the Stars. Stars have scored 3. We've got a Clevey goal, an Ava Peterson goal, and now an Izzy Kling goal. Haywright Wagner on the draw for the Stars. Pushes that puck forward and goes and chases it herself. On the breakaway, backhand shot off of the goalie, sticking wide. Linder finds that puck right in the crease, hits the goalie's leg, and Haley Wagner throws it in for another goal for the Stars. That's 4 unanswered here for the Stars, but no official scoreboard as this is coach-controlled scrimmage. Haley Wagner on the draw for the Stars. Puck bounces. Haley pushes it forward and goes, chases it herself again. Skates through the defense. Tries for a backhand shot and scores. 5 unanswered for the Stars. Leisure on the draw for the Stars. Puck sits underneath the center. The LDC pulls it forward. And Faye will move it past Klebe into the zone. Now Leisure skates onto it. Skates through the circle. Shot hits the pipe. Rebound sitting there. Klebe scores another one. Leisure wins the drawback to Faye. Faye skates it forward up the right side. Skates around the defense. Brings it in. Finds a goal. Faye with the goal. Leisure on the draw for the Stars. Face-off won by Leisure. Faye moves it forward to Klebe. Tape-to-tape pass there. Klebe forks it over to Hoffman off of her stick. Now Leisure throws one on and in the net. Face off, sits underneath Peterson's feet. LDC comes away with it, moves forward. Kling gets it, moves it back to Peterson. Peterson skates up the far side, banks it off the boards and into the zone. LDC moves it back out into the neutral zone. Kling throws it in. LDC hacks at it, can't get it out. Ava Peterson puts pressure on, brings it down to the corner. LDC will find it. Now it's knocked free. Sitting on the end wall, LDC will skate it around. Up the near side. And Kling finds it, brings it behind her net. She hits the brakes, comes back the other way. Kling up the left side. Brings it in. LDC gets the skate in front of it. Now it's bouncing around in some feet. And out to the neutral zone through Peterson. She'll have to retreat to grab it. She turns, throws it back through the neutral zone, picked up there by LDC. Puck comes to the far side, Kling with it. Skates it out into the neutral zone, through center ice. Into the zone, pulls it right, takes a shot and scores. Wagner on the draw, wins that one to herself, skates through one, skates around the defense, in all alone again on her forehand this time, over the top of the net. That's 5 more push-ups, Haley. Puck comes out to Faye at the point. She throws it forward. Swenson moves it forward to Linder. Linder backhand shot and a goal. Good puck movement there, ladies. Wagner will take the draw again for the Stars. Face off, pulled back, goes just out of Faye's reach. She'll turn, backhand it forward up to Wagner. Wagner steps around the defense, and Swenson comes in offside. And they let her shoot anyway, and Wagner shoots it right into the goalie, who covers. That one was only about 5 feet offsides, guys. Wagner on the draw in the far corner. Face-off push forward by LDC. Faye will step up to it. Now Wagner will come take it from her. Throw it forward off of Swenson's back. Attempt to clear. Turned away by Sogi. Puck thrown back into the top of the circles there. Linder will give chase. Clearing attempt held in by Faye again. Now Linder with it. Turns it onto her forehand. Takes a shot. Deflects wide. Centering attempt from Wagner to Swenson, and she'll score. Face-off won by Leisure. Back to Kling. Kling moves it forward into the LDC zone. Now Clevey finds it, gets it back over to Leisure. Leisure shoots and scores. Leisure on the draw for the Stars. LDC pulls that one back to their D. They'll throw it forward in the neutral zone. Kling finds it. Moves it forward to Klebe. Klebe throws it to Hoffman, and it comes into the zone. Hoffman moves it to Leisure. Leisure steps in. Gets it back to Kling. At the point, Kling steps forward with it. Gets to Hoffman. Hoffman follows her own shot and rebound and scores. Leisure on the draw, wins it back to Kling. Kling will have to chase over and get it at the boards. She moves it forward to Klebe in the neutral zone. I think there might have been a step off sides there again, ladies. He comes back. Peterson throws it forward. Now LBC tries to get it out of their zone, held in there by Leisure. She'll skate forward with it. Turns for the backhand pass to Klebe. Pass misses Kling, comes out to Sogi at center ice. Puck moved back forward by LDC. Crossing center ice. And Faye will step in and take that one. Faye brings it into the zone. She'll shoot. Saved by the goalie. Wraparound attempt. Goalie saves. Another shot saved. Puck's still bouncing around down there. Hoffman fires into the goalie, and she'll cover. Abel Peterson on the draw for the Stars. Bouncing puck there. And now the Stars move it towards the net. Goalie gets a stick on it. It goes behind the net. Played out by LDC up the far side. Pass intercepted by Maddie Larson. She'll turn. Skated towards the net. Fires one on. Goalie steps on it. Finds it. Covers it. Ava Peterson on the draw. LDC pushes it forward through Ava's legs, and they go find it. Now the Stars turn it back. Centering attempt there. The goalie comes out and plays it. Goodall tries to get a shot off. Now it's off of her foot, sitting in front of the crease. Backhand attempt there by Larson. Now it's played out to the point. Sogi will hold the point. She throws it back forward. Larson and Goodall go to get it. Larson finds it. Steps off of the boards with it. Now it's taken away by LDC. Now Ava finds it. Centers. LDC intercepts, but Maddie gets there to get a stick on it. And LDC will take it forward. Clearing the zone. Faye's got to hustle to get back to it. Finds it in the Star zone, around behind the net. Uses the boards to stay up. Pass forward to Ava Peterson along the wall. She'll move it forward to Maddie Larson. Now LDC retreats with it into their own zone. They move the puck forward just to the neutral zone. Now it's thrown forward by Peterson, tipped in by Goodall, and brought back out by LDC and offside. And we'll take a little break here. All right, back for some second half play. We got Wagner, Linder, Swenson, Peterson, and Kling out there. Face-off won by Wagner. Peterson fires it forward through the neutral zone. All the way down, not for icing. Centering attempt. Swenson hits the pipe with it. LDC is working on changing their goalie, so they've got 6 skaters on the ice. Kling steps forward, throws a shot through a bunch of feet, just wide of the net. Picked up by Wagner. She tries to wrap around, misses the net. LDC moves it up the near side boards. Wagner skates with it, throws it to Linder off the pipe, picked up by Swenson and put in the net. Playing 6-on-5 hockey is not a normal occurrence for these girls, so it's a little confusing. All right, face-off one back by Leisure. Give it a Kling. Kling moves it forward to Clevey. Clevey plays it across. LBC finds it. They'll skate it back into their own zone. Picked off by Leisure. Leisure skates in. Saved by Orth. Rebound. Loose in the crease. And Orth has it covered. All right, LDC has their new goalie all geared up, and she's going to head down to that end. I'm not sure what's happening here. All right, face-off one. Faye has it at the point. Soft shot, wide of the net. Into the corner where Hoffman chases it down. Hoffman moves it forward to Leisure. Leisure skates along the wall, pass all the way across to Faye. Faye will throw it down to the end wall. Picked up there by Clevey. Clevey's pass back out to Faye off of her sticking out to the neutral zone. Faye retreats, moves across to Sogi. Sogi loses her feet. LDC doesn't get to it. Now Hoffman with it. Faye slaps that puck forward. Now LDC slaps it right back to Hoffman. Now Leisure with it. Leisure moves it to Clevey. Clevey brings it into the zone along the right side. Hits the brakes. Looks for a pass. Deflects off the LDC shin pad. Now Leisure with it in front of the net. Turns to her forehand. Fires a shot. Turned away by Orth. Rebound. Fired. Covered by Orth. Peterson on the draw for the Stars. LDC wins it across in front of the net. Puts it in on Orth and she'll cover. Orth with good awareness there to stop that one. Peterson has that puck sit under her feet. She'll move it forward to the corner. Backhand pass from LDC comes out to the point, picked up by Kling. Kling will fire that one in, wide of the net. Bounces off the end wall in the back of the net. David Peterson tries for a wraparound, covered by Orth. Face off one by Peterson, back to Peterson. Peterson backhands it in. Bounces around a couple times, saved by Orth. And Orth will find it and cover. Wagner will take this face off for the Stars.
All right, go ahead.
Face off won by Wagner over to Swenson. Swenson brings it in, fires a shot, Orth turns it away to the corner. Centering attempt off an LBC player, bouncing around down there. Now Wagner will skate onto it. She fires a shot right into the chest pad of that LBC player. Tries to move the puck across to Faye. Now it's bouncing around right at the blue line. Now Wagner will throw it back over to Linder. Linder on her forehand. Shot off the side of the net. Collects her own rebound. Skates around. Hits the other pipe. Centering attempt to Swenson. Banging it around in there on Orth. And they said she had it covered. Ryan's giving her the benefit of the doubt. Face off to Linder. Linder fires a shot quickly onto Orth, who will hold on to it. Wagner on the draw for the Stars. Flanked by Linder and Swenson.
Oh!
Pushes it towards the net. Covered back up by Orth. And defensive switch here for the Stars. Now Peterson and Kling will come out. Wagner wins the draw to Linder. Linder backhand shot wide of the net. She'll follow it to the end wall. Skates out of there with it. Tries a wraparound. Looks back there behind the net. Linder centering attempt. Whiffs on it. Now Wagner steps in to help. Tries for a wraparound. Puck comes scooting out. LDC finds it. They'll move it forward, but Wagner gets a stick on it. Comes out to Kling. Kling steps in, pushes that one forward down to the bottom of the circle. Backhand shot. Saved by Orth, and then rebound pops out. Orth is way out there. Now Swenson with it behind the net. Center attempt underneath Orth, and she'll cover. Face off, pulled back by Leisure. Kling steps in, pushes it forward. Now LDC will play it out. Puck bounces free. Hoffman with a little interference there. Steps in so Peterson can get to that puck. Leisure finds it in the slot. Fires, saved by Orth. Face-off won by LDC, pushed out to the point. Kling finds it. She'll fire a shot into Leisure's feet. Leisure backhand, centering attempt, gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman throws one in, past Orth. Good quick shot from Hoffman, beat Orth low. And we'll switch goalies back. Face-off won by LBC. Pulled back to the defenseman. Hoffman gets a skate on it, pushes it forward into the zone. Skates onto it. Hoffman brings it in. Puck bouncing around between everybody. Leisure fires a shot and a goal. Face off, won by LDC, but then Hoffman steps in again and pushes that one forward into the zone. Skates onto it, pulls it back in, shoots and scores. Leisure on the draw, flanked by Clevey and Hoffman. Backstop by Sogi and Fay. Now Leisure finds that puck, moves it forward through the zone to Clevey. Clevey skates in with it, shot. And covered by the LBC goalie. I guess they're saying that it went in. Face off at center ice. David Peterson pushes that one forward to the LDC defender. LDC will fire it down. Charlotte will stop that one there in the neutral zone and fire it down for icing. Ava Peterson on the draw, wins it back to Kling. Kling will skate forward with it. LDC gets a stick on it. Now the puck comes free. LDC backhands it, centering attempt wide of the net. Kling finds it along the near board, skates it forward, loses it there. Maddie Larson's able to help her out and throw it out to the neutral zone. Kling skates onto it, throws a shot wide of the net. Picked up in the far wall by Goodall, thrown behind the net. Larson will skate onto it. Gets it out to Kling at the point. Backhand pass, intercepted, but Ava Peterson holds that one in. LDC has it along the end wall. Ava Peterson steps in and steals it. Banging it off the back of the net a couple times. Now LDC will steal it again. Backhand pass behind the net. Past Goodall. And Goodall finds it. Centering attempt. Past Ava Peterson. Charlotte Peterson will skate back to it. She waits just long enough so it's not offsides. Puck stolen there by Goodall. On the end wall. Skates it around. Looks for a pass to Larson. Larson has it in front of the net. Shot. And a goal. Face off, push forward by Wagner. Now Wagner will skate up onto it, into the far side of the zone. Backhand pass, gets it over to Swenson. Swenson tries to center, bounces off an LBC player. Faye holds it in at the point. Her shot deflects up into the air and back to her feet. Wagner skates into one, loses the puck. LBC moves that puck forward, but Faye chops it away from her, puts it on net. Linder tries to get a shot, and it's covered by the goalie. Face off, comes over to Swenson at the far boards. Now Linder steps over to it. Puck is smacked off of her stick by LBC. Now it comes out. Linder will chase it down. Comes out to the point. Sogi holds it in. Now LBC sneaks it out of the zone. And I think Ryan gave him a little leeway there on the offsides. Puck bouncing around some feet. Haley Wagner sneaks away with it. Steps around the defender. Shot. Goalie saves it. Pops out to the side. LBC throws it out to the point where Faye grabs it. Faye scoots it forward off a Linder's skate. Swenson with it. Backhand pass to Wagner. Puck comes out to the point. Faye steps in, sneaks that one away. Throws one towards the net. Sitting under some feet. Faye will backhand it in a little bit further. Now Wagner finds it. LBC chops it out. Sogi with it. Fires a shot from long distance and scores. Face off, one back by Leisure. Kling skates it forward into the LDC zone. Picked up there by Leisure. She centers. Backhand shot for Hoffman and a goal. Face off, one back by Leisure to Kling. Kling will skate it forward. Pass intercepted by LBC, but now it comes back to the Stars' possession. Leisure with it in along the boards. LBC will take it back out into the neutral zone. Puck bouncing around in some feet. Pressure put on by Hoffman. Now Klebe will chase that one down. Klebe fires forward to Hoffman at the blue line. Hoffman skates it in. Fires a shot and scores. LDC pushes that puck forward on the face-off. Comes back to Kling. Now over to Hoffman. Hoffman up the left side. Brings it into the zone. Centers out of the reach of everybody. Klebe with it, trying to get it out to Kling at the point. Peterson can't hold the zone. She will fire it in offside. Face-off push forward by LDC. Sogi will grab it and throw it into the zone. And LDC gets it out of their zone through Maddie Larson's feet. Now Faye grabs it. She'll move it forward. LDC with it along the blue line. Move it forward through the neutral zone. Picked up there by Sogi. Now LDC pushes it forward. They're going to come in all alone on a breakaway. Shot saved by Orth and a goal by LDC. Face off, push forward by LDC again. Ava Peterson gets a stick on it. Maddie Larson moves it across center ice, and LDC throws it back down to the star zone. Ava's clearing attempt goes into the LDC player. Now she'll chip it off the boards. Puck along the far wall. Larson falls down. Comes out of the zone to the neutral zone. Puck brought in offside. Face off won by the Stars along the far wall. Swenson with it. Moves it forward to Wagner. Wagner skates past the defense. She's in all alone. And with a little move, beats the goalie. I think that was the same move she used on the penalty shot yesterday, but that goalie happened to drop down and stop it. Face-off comes back towards Kling at the D. She'll fork it over to the other side. Peterson will have to chase it down. Peterson moves it forward. Her pass off a skate. Now it's bouncing around in a bunch of feet. LDC will come away with it. They'll move it forward. Peterson will find it again. Throws it back into a shin pad. Now Swenson with it. She'll move it forward to Linder. Linder to Wagner. Wagner all alone again. Tries to move and hits the goalie in the leg with it. Centering attempt, Linder falls down. Now LDC with it. Wagner comes and she'll go for a body check. Littlest one on the team with the biggest bang. Face-off will come back in front of Orth. Face off, won by Linder and pushed over to the wall. LDC will find it. Puck comes back. Peterson plays it, takes it around behind the net. Picks her head up, moves it forward to Swenson and through to Linder. Back to Swenson. We stay on side. We got a 3-on-0. Shot saved by the goalie and covered. Very aggressive penalty killing there with all three of our girls following that one down. Leisure will take the draw for the Stars. Face-off won by Leisure, pulled back to Faye. Faye moves it forward to Clevey, fires a shot, and scores. Leisure will take the draw for the Stars. She pulls it back into her feet. LDC chips it forward. Faye tries to throw it, but LDC steps in front of it. Now Leisure skates onto it, moves it forward, passes across to Clevey. We'll bring it to the blue line. Now into the zone. Puck comes back out. LDC takes it. They will throw it forward. Foot race to the puck. Faye getting back to it and turns it to the corner. Puck move forward to Clevey, past the LDC defender. Clevey gets a stick on it. If she can stay on her feet, she's all alone. Phoebe brings it in on the breakaway, and a shot and a goal. Coach Orth having some trouble getting girls to go out there and play. Face off won by Peterson. She kicks it around to herself. Now over to Maddie Larson. Faye will grab it, move it up along the near side boards in the neutral zone. Puck pushed into the LDC zone. Now race back to grab that. Pressure applied by Larson and Peterson. Peterson chips that one over to the near side boards. Pinned up against the wall with it. Comes out to Faye. Faye will move it forward. LDC is able to get that out of the zone. Sogi moves that puck forward. Sogi battling along wall. Chips it into the zone. Now Goodall with it. Brings it down to the corner. Skating along the back wall. Centering pass. Peterson puts one in the net. And that'll do it for this coach-controlled scrimmage. The channel will go active again in a little over an hour as we broadcast the 12UA game as they take on the River Blades at Sports Arena East in Sauk Rapids.